Hello and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to embark on an exciting journey to build a full stack project using SAP UI5. So whether you are a seasoned developer or just getting started, this video will guide you through the entire process step by step. And you know that SAP UI5 is a powerful framework that allows you to create responsive and feature-rich applications. So in this project, we'll cover everything from setting up your development environment to deploying your applications in your system. So let's get started. So now let's talk about the scope of the project. So basically what we will learn and what is the related of that project. So it is related with the CDS view. So first we'll create some CDS view. And after that we will create a gateway, and we will create the OData service, and we will consume that OData service through the SAP UI5. Then actually we will deploy based on that SAP Fiori guidelines. So you know that SAP UI5 is SAP UI5 frameworks, and SAP Fiori is just a design guideline. So in these projects we will discuss everything step by step, and we'll start from the CDS view. So let's talk about the project step. So first of all, we'll discuss about the project overview. Then we will set up the development environment from scratch. So that is the reason who are the beginner level, it is be very helpful for them. Then we'll talk about the how to develop your first application using the SAP UI5. Then we will create the CDS view. Then we'll add the authorization, because you know that UI5 is the rule based. So it depends on that what authorization user have, and based on that authorization user can see the data. Then we will create the OData service, because UI5 know only the OData service. UI5 don't know about that CDS view. So that's the reason after completing the CDS view we will have to create a OData service. Then we will check our OData service using the Postman. I will show everything, and we will develop a master page. Actually I will not use any template. Each and every page we will develop and we will design, and we will create a detail page. So we will also navigate from master page to detail page. So in that way we will discuss everything about the navigation process, routing process in details. And after that, you know that we will develop the projects in our using SAP BS code. So that's the reason we have to build and we have to deploy. And after that we have to deploy our application to the SAP HANA system. And after that we'll create the Fiori Launchpad, because user, that is the main point where user can start their applications. After that we'll create the Fiori tiles. There's a kind of icon to navigate the applications. After that we have to create a root rule for the users. It's a PFCZ rule. We have to create in that SAP using the PFCZ. Then we'll assign the role based on the access. For example, one user needs some specific category type of data. Another user may need to see other category of data based on their access. So we have to first we have to create the rule, and after that we have to assign this rule based on that access. After that, as we created the Fiori Launchpad, so user can run this application using the Fiori Launchpad. So now you can see that in that project step you know everything about the project, and all step it's either your real life projects or any other projects, you can use the same step. So now also we have to use the authorization object. That's kind of related to the access, but this is required for the projects. So let's get started. Actually, what we are going to do, so that is the EPM, Enterprise Procurement Management Project Demonstration. This Enterprise Project Management data model is already existing in the SAP HANA system. So after completing that project, we'll get basically that two model, and also it is related with that two page. One is the master file and another is the detail page. So in the master page, you will see a list of a product list, and when you click the list of product list, actually it will show you the details of that product, and it is also connected with the supplier. So for example, if you click on that more info, you can see the product information and supply information, and if you click on the address, then you can see the all supplier information, and if you click on the supplier informations, so you can see a list of supplier. So that is called the fragment, so we'll discuss later. So now let's talk about what is the software required for this project. So first of all, we are using the ABAP Developer Trial Edition. Is the 2022 version, and that is free for all developer purpose, and you can download and you can install your laptop. In another video, I already described how you can install the ABAP Developer Trial. I will also mention that link in the video. And this ABAP Developer Trial will come with a Docker. So you need to have the Docker installed in your systems, but everything's in another video I already described. And Eclipse, you can use the Eclipse for development purpose, but you can also use that SAP HANA Studio. So basically that is the Eclipse is the free edition. If you don't have any access in the SAP HANA Studio, then actually you can use the Eclipse, but both are actually the same. Then you need to install the Node.js, and you need to install the VS Code, where you will write the UI5 applications, and you need to install the Postman to check the gateway service, and you need the GitHub to deploy your applications, and it is the that is the version management system, so nothing you can lose. You can just move back to your previous version whenever you require. So everything I will show you here. So that is the link from where you will download that software. Each and every software I link just mentioned here, but I will also mention in the description of that video so that you can easily get. Now let's talk about the use case of the project. So for example, that employee work with specific product categories in an organizations. So that is a kind of in organizations, so different type of employee work based on that product category. And for example, some employee work with only the category laptop, while others worker work with the category printer. So you already identified that is a different type of category. So in future we will also give the authorization based on that category, so that when the user who have that access only the category laptop, they can only see the laptop category in the applications, and other can see only the printer category. So employee wants to see reports only for their respective product categories when they log into the Fiori reports, what I described. And everyone's login to the report through SAP Fiori Launchpad and navigate to the reports based on the rules and product category. So basically what I described, and users and or the employee needs to use their report through the Fiori Launchpad. So we have to talk about the Fiori Launchpad as well. So now talk about the user action, actually what user will do and what the output user will get. So for example, that is a on user that the authorized only to see the software category. So whenever he log in, as per the use case, he need to log in using the Fiori Launchpad. So he will get that screen, and after that he will log in and he will see only the software category related product. He cannot see other applications. But on the other hand, if any other user also authorized to see the headset or MP3 player, so when the user log in to that Fiori applications through the Launchpad, he can see data only the headset and MP3 related MP3 player related informations. So you can see that it is usually based on that rule based, and user can also see that report in the laptop, mobile phone or tablet. So basically that is called the responsiveness, and SAP Fiori also use that method. So we don't need to do anything more to make the laptop or mobile or tablets. We'll just develop using the Fiori and it will cover everything, because SAP UI5 is a responsiveness and it is the rule based. So the main things you already know, that the two user, they are using that data based on their rule. So as I told, that is the rule based. And another, that is the user can see, user don't need to see only the laptop, user can see the mobile phone and tablet. So that is also the responsiveness. So let's talk about the different part of that project. So now in that EPM projects, so now you can see that for example, here you can see that product ID, and that is the product category, and that is the price of that product, and that is the picture of that product. Everything is, all data is already there in the system, so we don't need to upload any data because data is there. And once the user click on that product, he can see the description of the product, and again price is there, and the user will also get some little icon. So when the press on that icon, actually it will come the details on that, and that is part of the fragment, and we'll discuss on that. And you can also see that in the detail page, user can also see the supplier ID, supplier name and URL. So basically that that is the relation between that product list and the supplier. We'll discuss each and everything in that project. So now let's talk about the architecture. So in this architecture, you can see that is the SAP database table. So based on the table, you can create a CDS view, and that is the basic things. Whatever you do, the CDS view is mandatory, or if you don't go for the CDS view, then you can use the functional module in the ABAP layer. Then actually you can get the data. But in the first layer, basically we will create the CDS view, and if it is related with the transactional data means that any insert, update, delete, or analytical data, then actually we have to work with the ABAP layer. But in our project is only related with the report. I mean that user can see the report, and they can see the supplier information, product informations, everything, and they will not basically update anything. So there is no analytical purpose, or there is no transactional logic purpose they will use this. So that's the reason after creating that CDS view, we'll directly go to the SAP gateway. We have to create a gateway service, and from gateway service we have to create a OData, and after that actually you can see that there are many applications. It depends on that what application will consume that OData service. So currently we will use that Fiori apps using the SAP UI5, and that Fiori app actually consume our OData service. So first of all, if I just quick recap, then we have to create a CDS view here, and we will escape this layer because there is not the transaction logic or analytical purpose. Then we have to go to the gateway service, and from gateway service we'll get the OData, and finally that OData will connect with our Fiori apps. So we'll start Fiori apps after completing that OData service, because now you may think that why it's required OData, because there is already CDS view, but why we cannot directly use this CDS view to our applications. That's right, but actually SAP Fiori applications don't know anything, is know only the OData. So that's the reason we have to convert our OData service, basically our CDS service, to the OData service. Then actually our Fiori UI app will understand about that. So let's talk about little bit the code to data paradigms or code push down. What is that? Actually earlier what happened that all calculation you can see that is the data layer, and you can see that is the application layer. So what happened earlier that all calculations need to do in the ABAP layer, but so that is the reason like each and every times is goes to the data layer and connect to the data. So that is the reason sometimes it may happen some performance issue. And nowadays as per that SAP HANA, we can store all data in the memory. We nowadays we have that many CPU, many RAMs, because you know that RAM is related with that CPU. So currently we have like Core i5, Core i7, many CPUs, so that is also increase the RAM. So nowadays in our laptop we can get easily 128 GB RAM, and also we can get that more CPU. So we are getting advantage of that we can store data in the data layer, and we can calculate everything in the database layer. So after completing calculations, everything, actually it is just providing your data to the applications layer, so you will get that better performance. So that is called the code push down paradigms or code to data paradigms. Let's start the CDS view in the system. So basically that you have to log in using the ABAP Cloud trial, which is running on the Docker, and after that you have to use your SAP HANA Studio, and after that you have to connect and you have to log in like this. But let's start with the system. So I'm connecting to my SAP developer editions. So you can see like that is my ABAP trial editions, and actually this is totally free. You can download in your systems and you can install and you can start your development activity, and you can also start the wrap applications. So there is another video I already described that how you can start with that installations. So now I am logging to that the same system with the developer user, and client is 001 and user is developer. So it's connecting. So if I log into that, let me close all. So basically that is the system. So let me log in with the same. So basically that is my systems. It's my for the R&D purpose. And if I go to the system, then you can see like that. If I see the product information, so you can see the basis level, that is 7.57, and install product, basically that is the SAP ABAP platforms and SAP Fiori FES for SAP S/4HANA 2022. So that is basically all Fiori based and SAP HANA. So I would request you that if you don't have that system, you can install, and but if you have your test environment, then you can just your activity anyway, that is fine. Okay, so now let's go to that ADT. So first of all, what we will do, we will create a package first. So new ABAP package, for example JDA EPM 01 full stack projects. Okay, so that's just a name. And super package, I think it's not. If I go to the next, some software component we can use from here, we can use home. Next, so it will come, but we are not using any transport layer, so just click the finish. So here you can see that is already there. You can put in the add to favorite package. So now each and everything we will work based on that. I think that is okay. So now if I just try to active, okay, so this package is good. So now our first activity is to create a CDS view. So if I go to that new other ABAP repository objects, from here we have to search the data So you can see that data definition. So click next. And what would be the name of that? I can use that like ZA EPM 01 FS full stack projects, and it can be I underscore product. And basically that is just naming convention. 01s means that fast projects, and that is a FS means that full stack project. So product informations, I'm not putting any reference key. So click next. Next, you can use this. Okay, so we are not using the that wrap model based applications. So first, let's go to the another screen. So here we have to remove these lines. Okay, we have to use another that is called above catalog dot SQL name. We will use the same name, just remove the underscore. So here we can use this. It should be less than 16 character, otherwise it will give error. So now actually what we have to do, we have to select from where we'll get data. So here, that is the CDS model name, and as select from, we will use that product information table. So here the source name is that SNPD. If I go to the S11, we can check the data, and you can see that is the product information table, and all details is here. So here what I will do, and the next step, I will use that control space bar. Then you can add that all. I am currently using that all. So this association to what, as I described about that association. So association to, but before that we have to use the cardinality. We can use that on to, actually we will use another table. So here basically that this is another table to get the text of that, and you know that this is on table and that is another table. So as we are doing join, so must we have a join on the common field. So now I am using the on projection, on projection. So what is the benefit of that? Now if we just press the control spacebar, then you can see that our list of column is already showing, because before writing that projection actually I already added. So this basically, this projection actually coming from that list. So that is the description GUI ID is equal to that. Here the text we can give a name, for example as text. So as per standard SAP, whenever you use any association, that obviously it should come with that underscore. I mean that you can give any name, but it's always better to give underscore. So from here in the text column, so if I text, then it is relation with the partner key. So that is there, and also I can use that only one key, that is the note key. So I'm not deleting anything, it can be as it is. I just make it a format. So here you can see that is the source code and format. You will get that good formats. And there is a error. It means that names, shorter names is more than 16 characters. So 0 on, I can remove 1. I can remove. Okay, so now it's look good. And another error I know that is so as I use the association, so basically I have to add this association as well. Okay, so it's look good. That is another facilities is that if you use the editing, immediately you can see the error or warning. But in the above, actually you need to check, and after that you can see the data. So now let me activate this. It's activating. Let it be done. Okay, so it's generated. So let's see the data. Just right click and open with data preview. So now you can see that all data is there, but we also use the association. So if we click and follow association, then actually you can see the respective text of the data. So basically that the text. So that is the main use for the association. I mean that it will show the main data, but whenever user click, then actually it will navigate to the next data. So this is just for the one series view. So we have to create the second series view, that is for the supplier information. The same way we are in the code data service, so we can just click here, new, that is called the data definitions. So same way what I will do, get a projects, it should be, it's a product, I will just change to the supplier, and that is the informations. So just click next, finish, and the same way we have to remove this entity, and we have to add above catalog dot SQL view name. So you may think that why I am using the different name, because already name is there, but you can see that again I am using another name, but that is only for the data dictionary in the above layer. I will show you in a minute. So I have to remove that I underscore. Hope it is okay. You don't need to change now anything. So now this data, it will show from the SNWB from this table. Same way you can check in the C11 table. So you know that I will join with the other table, so that's the reason first I have to put that all entries here, control space, insert all. You can see everything is here. So now I have to use that projection as right here, then association, currently it is the 1, then 2, that is the address information. So for address I will use the table. I have to give a name as address on, same way projections, control space bar. So now you can see, get that all information. Basically that is the address GUID, and it is connected with that, actually that is the address, its association. So it should be start with that underscore. So same way address is related with that node key. So here you can see only one key is the node key, and I think it is good. So let me, it's still in this, so F is supplier, I just make it small, try to active. So it is activating. So now if I want to see the data preview, I can also see the follow the association. Actually there is no association because you can see actually I didn't use that address here. Okay, so let me active again. It is activated. Now let me see the data, open with data preview, follow the association. So now you can see that address of that and other relevant information. Okay, so far so good. So now still we have to create another CDS view. This CDS view actually join these two CDS view. The same way I am going new data definitions. So jet product supplier, and this name is product HEADER header, product header, next, finish. So same way, remove the entity and actually it will select from the product. So here that is jet A, actually there is the EPM, so FS01 is the product header I'm getting from here, and it will association, we have to put the cardinality 2, we will use that product supplier. So just use this, that is product supplier, and we have to give a name like as supplier, and as I use here, so now actually before starting the projection I have to use that all informations here, and you can see that is the key is the product key here. So now what we have to do, like on, then projection, from here we have to select the supplier GUI ID is equal to on that supplier dot node key. So this is the supplier. So here you can see that already its text is coming as a part of association, because actually this association is connected with that product data, product CDS view. But still I have to put the another supplier here. It's look like good, but still I have to add this above catalog dot SQL view name. It's obviously it's more than 16, so I have to remove some line here. So PRDSDR header, and I'm also removing this and this. It's look good, so let me check. Let me activate this. Activate it, try to open data preview. So now you can see that all data is here. Full associations. You can directly go to the supplier or text, because both are accessing here. Or if you go the text, follow association, the text, so you can see the text. So basically that 3 CDS view we have created. And now let me show you that why actually use that SQL view name here. Because if we go to that SC11, and here we cannot put this, actually that is a CDS view, but if we go to, you can see that it's even it is not if I see the view, let me here. So now if we execute, actually it's not available, but it's available only this view name. So here this is the view names, and if we want to display, you can see the same everything what I have prepared. So table, join, everything is here. And selection conditions is not all, but actually the attributes, the conditions, but whatever you do, you can actually see here, but you have to use this name, not this name. So that's the reason actually this SQL view name you have to maintain. But one thing is that here you cannot change anything, because you created this view through that entity. So whatever you want to change here, you have to change here, and you have to activate, and after that actually you can see the updated data. So now actually we have created that all CDS view, and now we have to, as per our project steps that we know that for that CDS for that UI5 applications, actually we need to convert our applications to the SAP Fiori gateway, and we have to make the OData, and after that we have to connect with that UI5 applications. So our CDS view is done. So let's go start with that creating OData servicing gateway service in the schedule. So that is the reason we have to go to the SAP and we have to use the ticket SEGW or SAP gateway. So first of all, we have to create a project. So this project name can be the same as the package, but whatever you can use your own. EPM full stack project. So package also same, you can change or you can use, but it's the same. So now you can see the on project has been created with 4 folders, but we will use that data model. So right click on that and we have to use the reference because this is already created. We will just add and register here. So that is the reason we have to use just a reference. So data source. So here actually we have to put the name of our CDS. So our CDS view is, that is all about like this. So first I am adding the product. Next. So it's already selected. You can see the association also coming here, and that is status is good. So now actually just click on that finish. So now on CDS view already added here, but still actually I have to add another 2 CDS. So add another 2 CDS. So product header. One thing I need to tell you that you can also create a OData published without this, but actually if you use this, then if you use more complex, like more than 2 or 3 CDS view, then it would be complex and you cannot use your link properly. So that is the reason, if you have that CDS view, that is the best way to handle any complex data. So I am adding here. So here also I have to select this. Don't forget to do not forget to check this. So this is also done, and another this is 2, and still I need to add another CDS. This is, that is the supplier. So now, okay, so everything is look good, and you can see if I go to the entity, you can see basically that 3 CDS view is already there, and other like association, entity set, and everything is there. But you can see that is the runtime artifacts and the service, those are empty, and service implements, those are empty. But now see what happened if I generate here. So now if this is done, so let's generate here. It's asking for a tier. So now it wants a class name, that is the extended class. That is another concept, like whenever you extend from the base class, then you do not change anything on the base class. You need to add and everything with that extended class. Otherwise, when the system version will be updated, it will be wiped out. So that is the name of that service. So our technical service is this. This will be our OData service later. So generally it's recommended on service name, but if you want, you can change whatever it is. But currently I am continuing with this. So let's continue. and I also put that the same, like the package name is jet a EPM, then 01, then FS. All look good. So let it be done. Now actually it is creating, basically actually it is generating the service. Later we have to register. So now you can see that in the runtime it will generate that all service related, and you will find that actually basically that is the service, and like DPC, MPC, that's all are related. If I go to that architecture, so here, as I already told, that currently our projects is only related with that report related data, but we don't use any transactional related data, and transactional related is in the above layer. So that is the reason. So what it's important thing, so I think it's better to show you here. So now you can see that if any transactional logic or analytical data we need to implement, then actually we need to use that above class. So here you can see that is that we have to update here with that above class. But currently actually we are not, this is not the transactional logics, we are not using any transactional logics or analytical. We just creating the OData service, and after that from Fiori application we are just consuming this OData service. So that is the reason this part will be out of scope. So here we will use that service, and this service later we can use in the Fiori app. So this service has been created, that is the service name is SRV. So now it's created, but still actually it is not registered. So that is the reason we have to go to the IWFND/main services. So let's go here. So now if we add service, then say local, and technical name is, that is the name is let me jet FS SRV. So now you can see this is the service name, basically this is the service name, but this service name actually not available in that technical service. If I just filter, it's not available because still this service I just created, but it is not available, it's not registered. So that is the reason we have to add service here, click here, local objects, this fine, this package also good, just continue, and the package. So metadata and loaded successfully. So just now if I go back, you can see in that catalog now it is available. So if I go here and if I add the filter technical name, you can find the service is available. So now what we have to do, we have to check our service here. So now let me check this service using the Postman. So let's go to the Postman. So This will be used for the testing of that service. You can do using your browser, but actually if you create the service here, actually you will get the additional facilities, and I know that you love it with that once you start with that. So now what I have to do, create a new collection. So it's a blank collection, so we can give a name like EPM full stacks 01. Okay, so now add a request. So here what we have to do, actually here new request. So basically that is the get request, and here we need to add a link. So in that SAP projects, in that OData, what we have to do, just click to browse that service, and we will just copy this service from here. We just no need to check here, we just will check here in the Postman. So now just post here service, then if I check that metadata, just send, then you can see the metadata. I mean that if I see the row, so this is for that metadata, but we have to add the authorization, the basic authorization. So here we need to put our username and password, and that password. So now I'm not sure it's okay. Okay, so now you can see the metadata, everything is look good. So here you can just change name to metadata. So now you can see the metadata, and the same way now you need to check the all product. So just copy this and duplicates, and here like that, this, and here. So if you want to see the all product, then the service, or if you want to see the all entity, then you have to add the here so send. So now you can see that is all entity, like that all our CDS view which is appearing here, the FS product is everything is good. So now you can rename like it is all set. So now let's check with the all product. So now here the same, just duplicate, and from here copy the link. Okay, so if we want to see the all product, so if that is a product header, so now our product header is this, and service. Then we need to add the entity set for the product and just it format JSON. Okay, so it's look like that all product is also showing here, and whatever the product it is, it will come. So I'm just rename to the all product. Okay, and now we need to see the all supplier. So just copy this and duplicate, and for the supplier we know that this is the supplier entity set or the view. Then here supplier. Okay, so that all supplier informations is showing here, and you can rename to the all supplier. So now we need to check the product and supplier together. So how we will do this? So we have to, if we go to the all product, so now you can see that is only for the product, and on product is, for example, that is the product ID. So ARFV ARFV 001000000. Okay, so now let's copy this, make it duplicates here, copy this, paste this, and now actually what we have to do, that is the supplier. So if we go the product, just copy from this and here, and this is the product header. So now if we remove, so currently if we can see, actually we will see the all product, but if we want to see only one product, then I just copy this and in that header we need to just add inside that okay. So here product header, background administrator for node key. So it means that some key is the issue. I mean that probably this key was not defined probably. So that is the reason this is showing, because it is showing that invalid key. So let me go to the CDS view. So let's check in that CDS view. So that is the product and that is the product header, because I am executing the query in the product header, and actually I use the product ID, but here you can see that is not the node key, is the key. So that is the reason we have to just use the key here. There is no need. Let me check. Okay, it's look good. I think again I need to regenerate. So again go to that in that service SEGW. So that is our project. Edit mode and regenerate. Let it be done. Regenerate. Now try. Still it is, so actually we need to do something. So let me try with but here in the suppler also it is showing by default, it is showing the node key, but actually in the suppler it should be the suppler ID as a key. So here what we can do, so now here what we can do, so basically that is the BPID. We can remove here and key BPID as it can be suppler ID. This no need. Let me regenerate, activate this again. Okay, so I think it's all activated just for the safety purpose. Activate again, try to send, still not. So again we have to regenerate this. Actually that is the reason that model is very important. Like, okay, so let me try again. So we can also clean up all module. Okay, clean up successfully. So let's get started now. Still, so let me check error in that system. Let reactivate again. So here SCGW, this is our service. Click here, edit mode, generate again. Successfully. So now metadata is showing. Good. All product. So here all product, I want to see only on product. So now I just put here okay. See now that it's look good. I can see only one product, but you can see that we need to create a relation between the product and supplier. So we can copy from here, and if we come here, actually basically that is the product and supplier information. So now from here we can see only the one product, but actually what we have to do, we have to extend to supplier. You can see that is the supplier is here, but we need to use that word like, and you can just copy this. So extend to supplier. So if I just click here, so now you can see that is the product, and supplier, both are showing here. So that is the way we have to use the same way in the UI5 applications. So need to rename, that is the product and supplier, product and supplier. So now actually you can see that as a backend developer, I have created the CDS view, and after that I have created the OData service. Now I am checking that all service using that Postman. So you can do the same in the any browser as well, but actually Postman will give you some extra facilities to check and verify, and also like you can save with your own way using that query. So that is another way to check the OData service. Now next step is to create a project using the UI5. So let's start with that. So let's get started with the VS Code. So here, so from here we can open the project. So here, that is my workspace, and I am using that full stack 02. Basically actually it is the 01, and this is the empty folder. So I'm selecting that. You can see it's nothing is there. So now from here we have to do some things. So view terminal, and first of all we have to do some check. So let me check the Node.js version. So that is 21.6.1. that is mandatory, that Node.js, and also need to install that. We need to install that UI5 CLI. That is the mandatory to work with the command line tool, and also that is done. We can check using the UI5. Okay, so it's installed successfully, and we have to install that UI5 tooling. So it is also started installing. So let it be completed. So this is done. Another thing, need to install npm install. This is need to do. Okay, so this is already done. So we have to use the UI5 generator. So basically if you use that UI5 generator, that most of the things actually it will generate for you. So you don't need to think the basic configurations. So what you can do, you need to just focus on your own project, but basic things will be configured. So that is the good things for that. So that's why I also really like that. So now let me just start with that. Let me clear, and like I'm starting with that that is the UI5 generator. So now I will use, you can see the run generator, and I select the easy UI5. And here I have to select the project. Let it be done. So again I have to select the project from here. So So I have to put a namespace. So I can use for example like full stack fs, then 02, it's 01, so 01 project, and name the first UI module within your projects. It can be my fs01 app. It can be static and it can be SAP UI5. It's look like creating, so it's good. So now actually it is generating. If I go to that my fs01 project, there is a project, and under that actually there is a app. So still actually it is generating. So here you can see the manifest index, and that everything whatever you do, you will find everything, that all the controller view and the model, everything in the web app, and the components it's also created, and the manifest also done. So for that you don't need to do the all basic things. That is the main advantage of that generator, and the SAP also recommended this. So that's the reason it's popular, and I know that people like this and people use this a lot. So let it be done, and after that we'll start to run a test run. So it's done. So now let me go to the cd fs, then cd first app, okay, then npm start. Okay, so it's look like that it is starting. So localhost. So now you can see then actually it started. That is my project name, whatever it is. But now you can see that your basic applications with that generator is already created. So otherwise you need to spend a lot of time for these configurations, but now you can see that you already get that project is ready for you. So now you need to update and you need to start your activities. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to basically create a project. So this project is look like that. Here we have to create a list item. So in that list item we have to create one view. It will show only the list of the product, and we have to create another view to just for the details. And another thing is that when the user first log into the system, then he will see only the list of the product, but when he click on that product, actually then detail page will come. So if detail page, before the detail page was coming, we have to put a welcome screen. So when they log in to that time, so that time he can see the list of the items and a welcome screen or home screen. So when he click on that, so after that actually he will see the detail. So that is the reason actually we have to create the three view. One view is the product list of item for the product list, another is the welcome page, and another is the product details. So only these three view can cover that full project. So I will also create that view using that UI5 generator, because if I generate the UI5, then actually we don't need to configure we don't need any additional configuration because that UI5 generator will configure most of the thing for us. So now we have to do like that is here. So let's go to the projects. So FS, so here we have to put in the UYU, then easy UI5 project view. So let it come. Okay, so now actually we have to give a name of the view. So as I said that basically we have to create a 3 view. First view name is the product list. Okay, and Y. Okay, so now you can see that if I go to the view, the product list view is already there, and for the respective controller is also there. So that is the reason. And if I go to the manifest.json file, then we will also find that like all configuration is also there. So if I go to the app and here manifest, so now let me just open again. So here you can see the routing configuration routes and main view, and product list is just added here. So that's why it's very important to use this. So now we have to use another view. This view is should be that product detail. This is product detail. Okay, so now product details and product controller also is there. Now we have to create another view, that is the welcome. Sorry, it's the project, then view. That is welcome. So yes. Okay, so now actually you can see that this 3 view is already there. Okay, so now actually we have to use that like in the main page. So still you can see there's only one app is there, but we have to make a split. Like as I said that we have to use a controller. With that controller we have to based on that controller it will automatically split. So now if I go to the app view, so here that is the app controller is there, but our objective is to use another app that is called the split app. Okay, so here ID can be the app, not the app anymore. Okay, so now if I go there, so now actually you can see that it's already split into two parts. So now actually in that part we will add the product list, and this part we will use that detail page or welcome page. But now it's, you can see that is the, it's showing the full pages. If I minimize, or it's always showing the full, but we need to make it in the, in that middle. So that is, that is the app. So we have to use the shell. We have to use the ID, like ID shell, and it can be the int. So now if we check this, you can see that's already changed. So it is always showing in the middle, and now actually whatever we do, it will be in the middle. So that is the main advantage of using the shell. Okay, so that is the thing. So now what we have to do, our main objective now is to add two pages. One is to put in the correct way. I mean that here we will put the product list, and here we'll put the welcome screen. Okay, so now that is the reason. Let's go to that manifest, because each and every configurations actually start with that manifest. So now let's close this, and here so now we have to configure the routing. So this is the routing. In this routing part, that is the target main page. So here you can see that is the target main page. So but what we have to do, we have to change with our product list and the product welcome and the product list. So currently there is a target main view, but when we generated the two product list, and we also generate the product target details and welcome target welcome. So that's the reason. So currently it is in the root, it is showing the target main. So we have to use that target product list, and we have to use that welcome, target welcome. So here, so basically what it will do, so it's target welcome and target product list. So here target product list, and that root targets, sorry, it's something, I'm just, it's not okay. Actually I am doing from beginning. So here the first is the target main. So here actually we have to change. Before that, let me check that everything is good. So here that is the target main view, but we have to change to the target product list, target main view, here target product list, and we also have to add that target welcome. So what it will do, from that target, it will go to the target product list. In that, if I go to that, this is the target product list, and that target product list, actually it will show the view, the product list view which I have created. But still actually needs to do something here, because like that is the product list, it should show in the left side, and the welcome should show in the right side. So here it will come, and it don't know that where actually it should view. So that is the reason we have to add another tag that is called that control aggregations. Actually that is the master pages, and that is the welcome. So now it should be that control aggregations, it should be detail pages. So now you can see that product list is also showing, and the welcome page is also showing. That is all about the router. So now I am adding a picture here. So let me create another folder that is called images. So here I am creating a folder inside that web, images. Inside that images I am adding a welcome image. Basically that is the car. Okay, so we want to add this. So that is the reason, if we go to that welcome page to add that picture. So let me, so now we have to go to the view and the welcome. So here actually inside that content we have to add the image. So here like image, then actually we have to content here that is called image, that is the ID like image, then source. So it is inside that web app. So we are in the view folder, we have to go out and images, then is the welcome.jpg, welcome.jpg. So now you can see that is showing, but still actually it's not that. So what we can do, we can just go to that and the UI5, and from here stack, and this is the project, this is the app, web app and images, and this is the image. So here open with the paint, and here Control W 55, just change the size. So now okay, so actually it's not bad. We don't want to spend on time on that, but you know that how to add here. Okay, so far so good. So now what we have to do, we have to add data. The list of the product data we have to show here. But before that, now what we have to do, we have to add data model. We have to connect our CDS view. So that is the reason. So first of all, I need to go to that UI5 here. So that is the proxy. This proxy is because now currently we are working in that local machines, but whenever we deploy in the production, then it will deploy the DRE, then actually it will deploy in the QRE and production. So that is the reason we need this, because it should come data from the respective system. So here we can see that is the UI5 here. Okay, so now what we have to do, that is the UI5. Okay, in the same line, basically here we can add another backend, and here that we can have to use the path. This path is SAP. Then here URL. This URL basically we have to use this because that is the local system URL. Okay, I can use this, and we can add additional. Okay, it should be fine. So let me just if I go here, just try to restart again to check that our backend server is loading. So now you can see that is the SAP proxy server is working, and it is also, you can see that is the path SAP, and this local host is already loaded. So that means that this is fine. So that is the first step. And now what we have to do, we have to set up the model in that manifest file. So here in that setup, then here we have to add the data source. So SAP app. So here UI go, and this is the SAP app. So here what we have to do, we have to add another data source. Data source, here we'll add that, what is the name, that is the FS name of the data source. So now here we have to add like but I'm just use that, it should be SAP OPU, then OData, that is a service. So from that Postman, if I go there, you can see that already that is the service. So we can just copy and we can just directly add here the service. And what is the type? Type is the OData, and that is the setting is the OData version 2.0, not the 4. So this part is done. And now what we have to do, we have to add a model. So inside that model, So now this is on model is already there. We have to use another model. So I am using that blank, so that means that blanks means that is the default model here. So the type, it is the SAP .UI .model .OData .v2 .OData model. Another is the data source. Data source actually our data connections, the FS projects. So here we have to add this. Where is our model? So here, that is the data. Okay, so now then I have to use that settings, so it can be blank. Okay, so it's look good. So our this is done. That means that our project is now configured with that OData source. So now what we have to do, just refresh. Okay, nothing is crashing. It's look good. But now actually we have to add our data. In that we have to add that list of data in the product list view. So let's go to that product list. Here, the view the product list here. So now we have to so first of all we have to start with we have to use a list. So before that, if we start again, let me stop this and run again, npm start. Starting using the proxy. So now you can see that actually it is asking for that username and password. That username and password means that it has been connected to that OData service. So that's the reason we need to give the password. So let me start with that password. Okay, so now it's connected, and let me use that list of the product and some other information. So that's the reason we have to go to the product list. So here what we will do, we will add the we will use a list here. So we can start with that. So now let's start with that list. Basically I'm adding a list here. So list ID, that is ID list, then and I had to put the items. So here in that item we have to put that entity set. I will use it later just for the understanding. And when we press the item, like item press, then I mean that when we press any item, then it will call a function. This function we can get a name. It is called that on item select, and we also need to add other things like growing. We can give it true. And that is growing threshold. I mean that per page how many it is showing. We can give that 15, so that like it will show the 15 per page. So it will load. It will not load the all data. It will load only the 15 data. So basically this is ended here, and now that is list, but we have to add inside that list, we have to add the item. You know that item is the child of the list. In that item you can use many control, but basically what I will use, that is the object list item. You can understand actually why it is important. ID object, and now what I will do, type, it should be navigations. That means that it will show a link to go to the another pages, or if I don't use that, it will not show anything. And there are different part that is called intro. In that intro I will use that is the product ID, and it is another part that is the title. This title is category, and that number is the price, and we also add icon actually, that is that product picture URL. Okay, so now actually what I am showing the data, basically this is from that. Let me open. So here actually this is from the product header, and in that product header actually I am using like the product ID and category. Everything is the picture URL, everything actually coming from here. So now actually directly I can put here, and that is the entity, and now everything actually that is the field. So now if I go to that, so now you can see that is automatically every data already appearing here. So now picture is not showing. You can see that is the category, and that is the product ID, category and price and also I can use that it is navigations true. So that's the reason this navigation button is showing, and when we click then actually it will go this function, but later we have to create. So here the icon product picture URL, it's something I can just use from directly from here. So product picture URL, let me just copy from here, and it will show. Let me go there. So here, see, fantastic. This everything it's appearing here, and whenever you click it will show 15 because I mentioned 15s, and it will just appearing here. So now actually you can that is called basically that data winding, because actually here data is directly coming from that model. If I go to that MVC architecture, so here you can see that like basically that is the view, that is our view, and that is the model. So if I go here, you can see in that view it is directly connected with that model. So that's the reason we don't use any controller, because actually controller is not needed here, because we are not applying any logics. We are not, data is not processing by logic, so we directly just put the data in the view. So that's the reason that is called the data binding. It's very, very important also in the interview questions, that what is data binding. So I think now it's the real example to see that what is data binding, but still need to implement something, because we need to implement our detail page. So now let's start with the detail page. So now we have to set up the root in the manifest. So now if I go there, then you can find that the root I will use that product detail. So when it comes to the product detail, then actually it will do the two things. It will mainly show the product list and the details. So here target product list, if we use this, so it will target the product list and product details. But if we set up the product details, then also product details we have to mention that where it will appear. So it's the same, it will appear in the detail page, I mean in the left side. So this is done. So now what we have to do, we have to set up our detail page. So now what we will do in the detail page, let me content. So now here what I'll do, again I will use that list. So here let me, in that detail page, so here that is just first design, then we'll navigate, we have to do some code. But here what I will do, I am using that object header, that is inside the content object header, that is the ID object header. Then we will use that title should be used that product ID, and we can also use that product ID, then we can use that text as well. test, we can use just something like that. And we also also can use that intro. Intro is the category. And another is the number, is the same, that price, and the number unit, that is the currency code, and that is the icon, that is the picture URL. So what we have to do from the CDS? So basically I will use only that object header control only, that is for the detail page. But now actually we have to do some configuration in a sense that, like, we just configure the root and we just design that product detail view, but we have to make a navigation in a sense that when I click, then actually it have to navigate to the detail page. So what we have to do, we are using the root detail. So if I go to the product root detail, here you can that is the product root detail, and everything is based on that pattern. So what I will do, I will product detail, so it can be the same, and we have to pass a parameter that is product ID, because that is the based on the product ID. And now what here that so in that list report, because everything actually it is coming from that list report. So if I go to that list report, and that is the when you click, actually it will trigger the on item select. I'm just copying this, and we have to put the code in the controller, and that is the product controller. So here we are. So now first of all, what we have to do, we have to initialize is already there, but what we have to do, we have to initialize here. So how can I do? We have to just here, like, so first we have to initialize here. So this dot o router, this dot get owner component dot get router, and here we have to add another function. This function actually what we declare, so it will function that we have to put an event. This event is event, then so we have to use a path. So that is the variable dot event dot get get parameter that I am use the list item dot get binding context path so variable I can use that as path and now we can use that variable like id we have to split as path dot split split use this then as path dot sp split dot length then 1. So now it's look good, but before going there we need to check that what actually my ID is getting. Console.log SID like ID check. So now let's refresh, click on here, and if we check the F12, so there are some error. We need to first fix this error. So we even get parameter is not a function, so there are some mistakes, we have to fix that. So now the list so actually when I click it's coming here, then even get parameter item list get binding context path. So now let's start. It's look like ID is undefined. ID check undefined, so still we need to fix. So context path and that SID as path split, then as path split length -1. So here now it should be a pair now. Still something wrong. Let me check that as path. Path check. So basically that you can see that path is showing, so it cannot split the ID from that path. So here that is the variable as ID as path split as path. Sorry, actually it's alien GTS, it should be like that. So now go here. Okay, so now actually it's look like that ID is showing here, and also path is also showing. So basically that is the problem with that, just length was missing. So now what we have to do, when from here we have to navigate to the detail page. So we can remove this and we can remove this, and here we just need to write that this dot router dot navigate to, this navigate where it will go because we are using the root product detail router. So from here it will go this route, and as we use that pattern, so we have to fulfill that pattern here. So detail, and now we have to use the same way. Product ID is equal to S ID. So now actually we just from here we just trigger the root. So basically from the controller we have to trigger the root, and from root it will trigger the targets, and targets it will show the page. So now it's look good. So wow, so it's look like it's good. It is also now if I click here, you can see that is the changing, and product detail page also showing. So that means that it is showing that it is showing that product detail page, and you can see actually it is appearing data as well. But now actually what we have to do, we have to check the product detail. So if I go to the product detail, so here so now here in the product detail controller we have to initialize something. So here what we have to do, that is the same as that. So this dot router, this dot get component get router, and this dot router dot get router. Here we have to put the name of the root. We use that root and product detail because we use this root, and we have to attach that match this dot product detail this. So here, as we declare, we have to create the function. This function is that product detail. Now here that is the function, and we use that event to pass the event here. So now we can capture the product ID variable product ID event get parameter arguments product ID, and also we have to variable as path. We have to use that class product ID, and now we have to bind the element this dot get view bind element that is as path, as path, then expa and expand to supplier. Because you know that there is a association function in the CDS, so that's why we have to mention that. I'm not sure, let me try. F12 get router is not defined, and also okay, so get router is not defined. Basically those type of thing is a good way to also find the problem when you have that type of error. So because here we didn't configure the get router, here that this router get owner component dot get router, actually it should be route dot the router. So now index.html get router is not defined, it should not be this. Okay, get route. Okay, let me check where sorry, actually that is the router, but get route. I'm sorry for that. F12, get router is not defined. So here get router is not so here it should be matched, and ID, actually that is the ID like this. So now if okay, it's look like good. So now if we, it is showing, but here that the name and text is not coming. Let me fix that. So title, it should be this, and category is look like, actually that is the text text. A lot of mistakes here. Okay, so now the text is, actually it should be small text. So now here, so here so text is not coming because I use the text, but in the CDS view, if I go, this is from that product, but here that is connected with the, we are also have the text, but we didn't use this text like here. If we use text dot text, it should be fine. So now let me active. It is activating. I think it's need to, because data is already loaded. So now see that everything is coming. So our detail page also data is showing properly. So now what we have to do, still need to configure the other fragment. So what we'll do, we'll add some icon here. So basically that is called that fragment. So that is the reason. Let's go to that that product detail page. So that is our product detail page. So now actually here the object header, it's completed here. That is the upper part, and we will add some icon. This is called that fragment. So let's start with that item. So here, so basically that object header, so we need the parent here. So icon tab bar id icon, whatever it is, then we can use that. Now we can use item. So here inside that item, what we have to do, we have to add icon tab filter id filter 1, because we have to use icon, that is the SAP icon, that is called information. We have to put a text that is like more information. So now you can see that automatically on, that is tab already added here. So we need to add to, it should be filter 2 and it should be filter 3. So 3 is came, but now in the second we will use the icon, that is supplier, and it is the addresses. Okay, so something went wrong. So the text is more informations that supplier, and here we can add that address. So RESS, it should be like that. So now you can see that is the more info, supplier and address. So now actually we have to add the sub base in UI5, that is called that fragment. So let's add some fragment here. So let's start with the fragment. So that is the reason what we have to do, we have to create a new folder that is called the fragments. So here I'm creating folder fragments, and now actually we have to add a file, XML file, that is also like more info, then fragment dot XML. So basically that is the one fragment, and here we have to add, like it should start with that core, that is fragment definition. It's So basically in the detail, because it will appear in the product detail, so what we have to do in that view product detail, here actually we have to add that core. So XML core that is from that SAP UI core. And now let's move to that fragments. So we have to add the basic format of that fragment. So here what we will do, we will start with that this fragment, then we have to add the core. Okay, so it is there. So now inside that we have to add like this core, SAP UI core, then this, it is F, that is for the form, that is SAP UI dot layout dot form, and we also have to XML. It's just SAP .m. Okay, so and actually it will start with that content. So now F content and here okay, content it's look like, actually it should be under the that simple form. It is the simple form, and it should at ID. This is the okay. So now inside this we have to add this. So now here actually that is the, so that is the more info. We can just copy paste. Okay, so it another should be that address fragment, and it is like supplier, so here, so now this is done, the basic form is done. So here what we can do, for example, address. So this is the address. So just for like core, that is the content, core title like ID text 1, text, that is the address, It's just a simple informations we can put here, that the same way, that is more in information, and here we can put the supplier information. But we have to call from the detail view. So currently actually we just added the toolbar, so now actually we have to call from here. So if we just add like that, it should be site.dev, that is core, then fragment ID, like fragment on it should be so now this fragment name, this name actually, this is the my fs01 app, then it will go to that fragments, then actually it will come more info, and what type of is this, the XML type is XML. So let's just have a look. So here if we check, it can be so if we click here, okay, so we need to just appear this text, it should appear. So now okay, so now actually it is not appearing because here you can see that there is no text or there is no label. So that is the reason this text is not showing here. So if we put any label like label ID label on, then text name, okay, so now you can see that more information is showing. And the same way what we have to do, supplier, and we just put here, and address, we also put address. So supplier address, why address is not showing? Okay, so because actually we didn't call the address. So product detail, we have to call from that. This is supplier and this is address. So here it should be 2, it should be 3, and that is the supplier, and this is the address. So now yeah, everything is look good. So in that more information, what I will do, I will add the both supplier product information and the supplier information, and the same way you can do like the supplier and the address, whatever you want. So like if I go to that more informations, so now I have to work on that more information button. So this is more information. What I want to do, I want to just make it in the product informations, and I want to do another that is for the supplier informations. It can be like 5, it can be supplier informations. So now you can check. Okay, so it's now the 2 part. So what I have to do, so that is the name, and we have to add a text ID, text 1, text, I will put it later. Okay, so now that is the text 1, and okay, because that is the text 1, so that is the just text 2. It's not consistent, but it is okay. So now what I will do, if I go to that Postman, that is from that CDS view, so the product and supplier, so now you can see that actually this is the product ID. So for example, I can put here the product ID, and that is the product ID, but here actually supplier, you need to it is coming with the 2 extensions. So if I put the like supplier like the product ID, and if I put the supplier ID, so if I put the supplier ID, then we have to do same way, like we have to add the 2 supplier before that. So here, just put here. So now if I check, so now you can see that is the product ID and the supplier ID. So you can add more. I am adding more too, like that is 2, that is 3, that is 2, 3, and that is 3, 3. Okay, so now we can see, because that is the product, first one is the product info. So now we can add like text. So text, it can be descriptions, and like the category, it can be category, Same way, if we want to add more here, it can be 5, 3, 7, just this name. Okay, so supplier, so here we have to use like supplier ID And now we can add like the web address. So here is the web address, and if we add that phone number here, the phone number. So let's see what's look like now. Okay, so now everything is coming. So if we just change, everything is appearing here. So the same way you can do, the method is the same. And now what I will do, I will deploy in my HANA systems. So let's start for the deploying process. So we will deploy our Fiori application to our SAP HANA system. So if I check that, basically that is the above trial version 2022. So if I check the product version, so you can see that is the NetAware version. It's the 7.57, and if I check the product, so basically that is the HANA Foundation and 2022. So here actually we will deploy. In your case, you may get some error if your version is not good. And yeah, so let's start with the deployment. So what I have to do for that, if I go to here, so that is our project. So now what I have to do, so basically first I have to for the deployment I have to add the deploy configurations, then I have to build, and after that I have to the run deploy commands. So basically that is the 4 step for deployments. And also like if I check in the project, and that is the package, if I check in the package configurations, we need to check that is our deploy, build, everything is okay or not. So basically that is the start, and that is the build. So it will config this one. Okay, it's like good. So now what do we have to do? Let me just here. So now we have to check the systems. This is localhost, that is also good. That is S/4HANA. Actually S/4HANA, just name, save. Okay, test connection is also okay. So just close all. Okay, so now it's my app. So first of all, what I have to do in the, so I have to run the add configurations. So now what I will do here, so currently I am in the app, because whatever you have to do, you have to be in your app. So I am adding the Fiori add deploy config. So this tool is using for that. Hope it will be good. Okay, so where I will deploy, So I will not deploy Cloud Foundry, I will deploy in the ABAP. And which systems? Actually I will use these systems what I have just shown you. It is configured, and the client 001. So actually it will create it will basically create a configuration file, and later it will use this configuration file. So what is the, it can use jet a, that is full stack full stack 01. So here that is, we can also jet a EPM full stack, okay, 01, that's just the name, and it should be EPM full stack project. Okay, so enter the package. Okay, enter manually the package. Okay, I can use the temp. Enter manually, choose existing. Okay, I can put the enter manually. Transport request is no need now. So here override. Okay, so running installations, so it will take time, and now you can see that it's already created the UI5 deploy. So that means that it's look good. Basically what it's do, it's configure everything in that deploy file, and later it will use that file for that deployments. Okay, so now what I have to do, so this part is done. So now I just add the configurations, but now what I have to do from the same app, I have to run the build command. So npm run build. So now actually it will build our full project, and it will store everything in the this distribution folder. So now you can see now it's look good. So I just configure and I build, and now what I have to do, I have to npm run deploy. So that is the final everything inside that app. Npm run deploy. Let's see what is happening. So now actually it will use that configuration file from that deploy configurations, and actually it will deploy in our systems. It's no destination folder found. Please ensure the project is built before deploying. Okay, so no destination file is found because actually this destination file is outside of the I am already in that here, but actually it creates a destination folder outside of here. So that is the reason actually it didn't find anything. So what I can do, if I use that package here, okay, So easy way, what I can do from here, I can just move inside that. So now actually it's copying everything. It will move to under that. So let it be done. So basically there are some errors. So actually that is the reason what is doing, it's creating that outside of that. So now what I will do from here, let me just delete this destination. Continue. I want to continue to delete this. Okay. So now what I will do here, I will create another. Here it can be just backup, and here actually I don't need all. I just need only that UI5 build. So now actually it will create inside our project. So now if I run clear run, so what I have to do, I have to build again to create the destination folder. Okay, so now you can see destination folder is under our applications. So now if I run that deploy, let's see. Okay, look like good. Start deployment, yes. FS01 error analysis, deployment failed, debug issue. Okay, error log, gateway hub, and it's the timestamps above. Okay, so change the, okay, so if I go to this, and that is basically the error log. Let's check what's happening here. Okay, DP port, this service is not activate. Okay, this service, okay, so virus scan profile is not activate. So virus scan profile is not activate means, then if I go to that, here that is the T code for so we can just switch off this for a moment. It's look good now, not it. Okay, so now if I try again, okay, found target system false, so that means that it didn't find, that means it's good. This means that there is no systems, there is no, it's not deployed previously, so it's good. Deployment successful. Okay, so now still doing something. Now actually it's keeping a portal. So if I just follow the link, and now if I just wow, so now actually everything's actually it is coming in that SAP systems. It's now no more it is connected with our local Fiori applications, because everything actually deploy in that systems and actually it is coming. So if I want to see that where it has been deployed, so if we go to that SC80, it should be under BSP app. So developer BSP app, now you can see that EPM full stack project 01, everything is here, the index file, the trace fragments, everything is what we have. This our view and our fragments, models, everything's actually it is coming from that systems. So now if we deploy in the Fiori, that is the same way we can deploy. We can just transport the tier, the same SAP as well. So now what we have to do, you may remember that actually the user, they need to browse from the Fiori applications and we need to give them the access, right? So that is the reason now we have to work with that SAP Fiori. Basically we have to create a Fiori Launchpad, and after that we have to give that access to the user. So let's start with that Fiori Launchpad configuration. So before starting that, actually what is Fiori Launchpad? So Fiori Launchpad is the entry point to SAP Fiori apps on mobile and desktop device. So basically that is the way all user can connect. It's all apps with service such as navigation. So let's get started. There are total 6 steps to configure. So first step is to creating a semantic object. So that is the reason we have to use that UI2/SCMOBJ. That is the ticket to create a semantic objects. So now it's the display, make it the edit mode, and need to go to edit and new entry. So we have to give a name of that. So we can give a jet a EPM, then we can give like FS 01, and the same way we can give like that semantic object projects. It is the EPM 01 full stack project. After that we need to just save. I am using in that local T code. I need to copy this. So basically here I am note down everything, and you need to note down everything because later it may require. So basically that is the semantic object, and that is the semantic object name. Okay, So creating semantic object is the first step. So now step 2 is the creating a business catalog. For creating a business catalog, we have to use that /n. So UI2 FLPD underscore CUST. So here actually it will open, and we have to configure here for this catalog. Okay, we need to put my user. So now it's appear. You can see that like still there are something is loading here. Let it be done. So now you can see that is the group and that is the catalog. So we are creating the catalog. So that's the reason click on that plus button here, and you have to give a name that is like EPMFS EPM01 catalogs, and we need to put the ID that that is EPMFS then 01 catalog, and we need to use the same, and we need to use the underscore here, and we need to write down this name, that is the catalog name and catalog ID, that is the this, and basically that is the name. Okay, it's look good. Just press the save. So now it's look like that our business catalog has been created. So now we need to set up the target mapping, that is the step 3. So just click the targets mapping here, and you can see like that's create target mapping here. So just click here for the target mapping. So here actually you need to configure. So here you need to put the semantic objects. So that is the reason I always prefer to write here. So now you can also find from here, but it is okay. And action, what could be the action? It can be just a display application. And what is the title? It can be same as this title, like that is EPMFS01. It's not the catalog, it's the project. And now actually what is that URL? That is important. So basically URL is how you can find the URL. So basically it's the name of that projects, but I will show you how you can find that. So you need to go to that. If you go here, you need to execute that SICF. So from here you need to execute, and you'll find that SAP, that BC, then again BC, SAP BC, then it should be under BSP because it's the BSP app. then again SAP. Now you will find that all your applications should be here that start with the jet. So here, so we know that is the full stack project here. So if we just test with that service, so now you can see that is the service. So basically that is our URL. Okay, so that's the way you can find this URL, but actually I'm not going here. Let me just okay, so basically that is the URL, and you need to give a ID. So that is another way actually, that ID, how you can find that ID, right? So when you develop the applications, then you can write down what is the ID, but if you forget, no worries, you can just go to the SC80 SC80, okay, then BSP app, BSP applications, this here, and just open that project, and here the package with the logic, you need to find the manifest file. Okay, so this is the manifest file, open that, and from here that is the ID. So I'm just copy, I'm just paste. So no worries, if you forgot everything, you can find everything. Okay, so now you can just save from here. Okay, it means that your target has been ready. You already created targets. So this catalog mapping is done. So now the number step 5, that is the, we have to create the tiles. Okay, so just come here and you will find the create tiles at the button, and from here sometimes it may be confusions, but you can see that app launcher static. Click on here, and once you come here, then like here you have to just click on the tiles is okay. So app launcher symmetric tiles is here. So now just click here and you can find the configure. So now actually you have to configures. So configures means that you need to put that everything's. So title, it is the EPM full stack 01 project, and the subtitle, it can be the same, EPM FS 01 projects. Okay, so now you need to put, and or you may remember the what is the name of the semantic object. Again, going here, and this is the semantic objects. I'm just copy, and I can also search from here. Okay, action, you may remember that I use the display, it should be the same. So icon means that your icon, like your applications pipe icons. So now from here you can, I'm not saying it's everything is black and white icons, but it doesn't matter, you can put your icons whatever you want, but I want to put an icon like that is related with that EPM, or just for fun I am using a car icons. Anyway, it's fine, and just put just save here. Okay, so these times, and you can find that is my tiny car icons, and on the front page, I mean that on the welcome page also this car is showing. Now what I have to do, that is the create tiles. Now here, if you come here, then basically you will find this, I mean that edits, it means that actually it is configured. So now what we have to do, now this is tiles is there, so now we have to go to create the business group. So again, I am just coming here, I am clicking here, and again I have to click this and need to put the group. So the same here, group name, it can be just group, and here it can be just group. So I am using this, that is the ID, and that is the title. So now you need to just save. It look like that's the business group has been created. So now what we have to do, we have to create the tiles. So just we need to click on the plus button, and here just this, and it is successfully added. So here it's look like that all done. So now if anyone go to that, for example, I'm just this, and now if I go there, Fiori Launchpad, that is the UI2 FLP Fiori Launchpad here. So let it run. Developer, so now you can see that is the manage, and if I go here, let it come. So now from here you can see the APM projects, application servers, and now actually I cannot see because actually I don't have any permissions for this catalog to show. I have permissions for the others, so that's the reason I cannot see these applications, but that is fine. So now what I have to do, I have to configure a business role. So if I go there, like pf cg, so now actually above developer, okay, so this rule, so currently if I go there, su01, developers. So now what I am doing, I need to check that which rule is there. So basically that is the APM projects, this rule This rule actually mandatory for this UI5, and I also need to add something. So basically that is the EPM project, but I want to create a rule from scratch. So what I am doing, I am going to the PFCG and I'm adding like jet a EPM. It's look like FS project role. Okay, so just it should be the single role, and from here if I go to that authorization, like here, first the menu, okay, I have to save, it's the font, and here you need to change to the to that Fiori Launchpad. Then you need to change to the catalog. Okay, so here that catalog, and now you need to put that catalog ID. So you know that those catalog ID group is coming always and always. So I need to put catalog ID, put that, okay, make it save. Let's see what happened. So still we need to generate that rule, otherwise it will not work. Generate this. Okay, so it's look like good. Okay, so now it is generated. Now you can see that is the users. Okay, so now I am assigning this rule to my, that is the developer user. Okay, so now I have that catalog access. So I think you understand actually what is, so that is the main way to show the report. So now if I execute that Fiori Launchpad from here, and now let's start it at home. So now you can see that is the catalog FS01 catalog here, FS01C. Now you can see that all data what we have deployed. So user no need to do anything, it is everything's actually it is showing from your applications or from your SAP systems. So it's fantastic, but still actually we have to do other part. As you remember that Fiori application is based on the, it is the rule based. So some user needs to use, I mean that he needs to show the different type of category, and another user may need to show the different type of category. So that is the reason I have to show how you can do this, the access for the user. So let's continue with that. So let's start with that SAP, and first for user access or authorizations we need to first create a authorizations. So that is the reason first let's start with that. So if I go to that CDS view, so from here we need to start. Okay, So let's open that. So from here, let's check actually where we want to add the configurations. So now what we will do here, so if I go to the code data service under the temp, and what is the objects? Okay, so this is the FS, that is for this package is for that full stack, and code data service, and here, and the product header. In our project we use this, so we want to do based on that category, and this category, it is coming from this. So now if we open that, okay, but let's actually, that is coming from that. So now let's go with the SC11 to need to know the data elements from this. So here, and now display. So the category data element we need, and this category, this is the category. Okay, so what we have to do based on that, we have to create a authorization object. So now it's like element these. Okay, so now we have to go to that SU20 to create a field for that. So we have that authorization field. So what is the name of that field? We can use like ZAFS01 CAT. Okay, it's 01C Z01CAT. Okay, so basically that is the field. Everything's you need to write it down. Authorization field is this. We can use the temp, it's absolutely okay. And now I have to put the data elements. So now that is the data elements for that. It's look good, and just press the save. It's fine. Okay, so that is done. That field has been created. So after completing the field, we need to create an authorization object. So this T code is SU21. Okay, so here you can find the authorization objects, and what is the name of that objects. So what is the field? You can like authorization objects. It can be JDCAT. It can be, it can be OBJ object. So here I just paste it here, and APM full stack projects authorizations on category. And what is the class? You can use AAV, it's absolutely okay. And here you can use the temp. It's all good. Just press the save. Okay, So now you need to add that field. So this field just what we have created here. Okay, and you need to add some other fields like activity. Okay, what type of activity it can be? Add, change, display. Already although there is no, it's just a change display, but it's okay to use that all. Okay, so now it's good. Authorization object has been created. It is done. So now we need to add this authorization object to that role. So I know there is a user like test user here, but what we have to do basically before coming here, we have to like developer. Okay, SU01s is okay. So now from here the roles, and that roles we have created that roles. So I will add this role. I will add this role for that like user is okay. But what I want to do, I have to edit because I don't want to create the new rule. I have to just click on that authorizations and edit here, and manually I need to add that authorizations what I have created. So here, okay, so actually we need to put the manually. Oh, it's look like that. Okay, actually that is the category, or its authorization object is this. So this. Okay, so from here what I have to do here, that authorization object, you can see that is the two objects and activity. So from here what I am doing, I am giving some like that notebooks and paper. I mean that one user can see only that notebooks and papers, and activity is the 03, that is for the display. Okay, so now need to generate, just generate this one and go back. It's look like it is okay. So this is user is developer. Now what I want to do, I want to just copy this rule and I want to change something. So here pfcg fs project rule, and I'm just copy, and I need to, it's look like that test one user. I will just change the, sorry, it should be that test one. So okay, so basically I have two rules on this, and another rule it's only this. So now if I go there, so test here, so now what I'm doing, like this user who have the test this is who have that rule, actually he can check this category, but who have the test one, I want to change like it's kind of what I can use, like for example batteries. Okay, I hope you got the point what I am doing here. So basically this user, the test user, will have that access for the battery, category access the battery, and this role category access, that is for the this category. Okay, so this user, like developer already, and username is user ID basically is developer, and this user ID is test1. So what I have to do for this rule, this is just need to generate, and here what I am doing, it's not the developer, it's the test1. Okay, so if I go to the test1, let's me check that what other rules is. So test1 here role, so basically that is the EMP project, it's not required, I am just removing to make it fresh. So basically that is the default rule, it should need this rule, and he also need only the new rule. So just okay, so now user 1 and user 2, these two user have that different category access, but now we have to implement this in the CDS. I mean that that is the main point we have to do. I mean that we have to implement in the CDS. So if we go to that header, you can see that is the we want to implement here. So just right click on that and new access control, and we have to give a name, the same name, just we need to change that SC. Okay, so and access control for product header, I think it's good, it's fine, and it should be that PFCG aspects, because we have created that rule using the PFCG. Just click the finish. Okay, it's the long name, so we want to product SDR PRD header. So why it is taking that still? So now DLL source. Okay, let me cancel this again. Access control, because I am implementing this. Access control for product control headers. Next, PSPG accepts. Okay, just finish. So now actually we have to implement here. So where we have to do, actually we have to do on that category, because if you go to here, because we want to implement on that field, so just here put the category. And now what we have to do, first authorization objects, I am removing everything. So first I have to put the authorizations objects. So what is the name of our authorization objects? So authorization object is this, and authorization field is this. Okay, is this. And you may remember that I have added another field, that is activity, 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 and this is 03. So now just activate this. So let's talk about that, how the access has been given overall. That so basically there is the two user, SU01, and that is the test user. So for test user, this role, that 3 role is assigned. One is role only for the difference category. So if I go there, authorization, and you can see that here authorization objects, and that is the category is the veterinary, that is for the on authorization, and additional 2 role. This role actually, that is a predefined role in the SAP HANA system. You just need to activate, and this is the like other Fiori related access is there, and this is just a basic authorization related app is there. Same way I have given the developer user access. So here if I go there, and you can see like the if I roll, so basically that is the project role. So here the category objects, category authorization object is same, but the value is different. So that is the tray. So developer should can see only the tray, and the test user can see the veterinary. So now let's try in that. So if I go to that Fiori Launchpad, let it start. So if I log into the test 1, and so check here catalog project on. So now you can see the test user can see only the veterinary data. And now if I just log out, and if I log in as a developer users, so let's see, for example, actually user can just take this to their favorite, and they can log in their user. Developer, so developer can see that the tree. See, so our test user can see the veterinaries and category, and the developer can see the trace. So that's all that what I completed as a full project. So if I just recap, you can see that I have configured and described everything step by step. I created the CDS view, I configured the gateway service, I created OData service and developed application using the SAP UI5, and I also configured everything, the Fiori and that Fiori Launchpad. So in that projects who are following from the very beginning, he can learn everything's all step that is related to your real life projects, and whatever it is, you can just follow the step, and every step is the SAP standard. So I have talked about the project overview. I have set up the development environments. I also described about the different software related to that. And I have developed a fast application using the UI5. I have created the CDS view. I have added the authorizations. I have created the OData service, checked the OData service using the Postman, that is for the testing purpose. I have developed the master page for the product list. I have developed the detail page for the product and supplier information. And after completing everything, I built the applications, I deployed the application to the SAP S/4HANA, and I have created the SAP Fiori Launchpad. I have created the Fiori tiles and created authorization objects, authorization field, and I have assigned the category view. And I also created the role for the users. I have assigned the role based on the access. And finally, I run the applications. So that's all, and I think everyone enjoy. If you really like it, please subscribe my channel and press the like button. And best of luck. Thank you everyone.